Johnny walks in with a strut so sly. He talks like jive and he reaches the sky. Home sees him and they start to freeze. Johnny's talking jive with the greatest ease. Johnny talks jive, he's a king on the street. When Johnny's in town, there's no chance of defeat. Jive talking cracker, he's the man in demand. He's got rhythm and soul like the beach to the sand. Honking man tries, but he can't keep pace. Johnny's got moves that he can't replace. People all gather when Johnny's around, 'cause he's talking that jive with a heavenly sound. Johnny talks jive, he's a king on the street. When Johnny's in town, there's no chance of defeat. Jive talking cracker, he's the man in demand. He's got rhythm and soul like the beach to the sand. All the pimps run, but they know they can't hide. When Johnny starts jiving, it's a magic ride. He's got the flavor that you just can't deny. Johnny's talking jive and he's reaching the sky. Johnny talks jive, he's a king on the street. When Johnny's in town, there's no chance of defeat. Jive talking cracker, he's the man in demand. He's got rhythm and soul like the beach to the sand.
How you doing tonight, you beautiful lot? Johnny talks jive, number 9, I think. Number 9. Johnny talks jive. Oh yeah. Johnny talks jive every night. Sometimes when he's high, Johnny talks jive on his nights off, and he plays the bloody piano awful. He's tone deaf, and he's sometimes drunk. They call him a punk, and he's always playing the harmonica to the point where it annoys some people. but he's not evil. Sometimes he can be a little bit. There once was a wizard. Oh, I don't know. How you doing anyway? Felix Smith. Liam, hello Liam. Mr. Riley. We got one of my new followers, Mr. A. We got Liam M. Sorry. Felix Smith and R. Riley. R. Riley started following me recently. For those of you that are just tuning in, Jonny Talks Jive. It's not like Scabcast. It's usually just me fucking about. Hey Riley, thank you for tuning in to me. Hey Riley, hello Cypher, how you doing? Cypher's one of my mates. We streamed together last night. He's a very good chap indeed. It's Jonny. It was a good stream last night. For those of you that didn't see it, have a look at my stream from last night, Scabcast, number 45. Number 45. I had Strange Signal, Cypher's Basement on, and he reviewed Isom. Done a very thorough review. Apologies for my tardiness. Also for... No apologies needed. No apologies needed. There are no rules here. I am not a dictator. Yeah, I could have been the next Beethoven, I could have. Babushka! 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 This is my Russian song. Babushka! Babushka! Hey, Riley, that was... Yeah, last night's stream was pretty fun. It's pretty funny. Babushka. Babushka Green Gym. What we doing? At the minute I'm just talking and playing, trying to play music. Thank for that. I was watching Under Siege and throwing chicken wings up to my cat. What a lucky cat to be eating chicken wings. Sinning, says Abu. We always sin here, don't we? We are sinners. That is the way we are. We can't help it. We are sinners. Winning is winning. Sinning is winning. Most of the time. Depends what you're doing, doesn't it? Sometimes a sin can end up bad. The link is in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, if anyone wants to come in. I released my my teaser to Apollo 6 today. There was a few little graphical glitches on there, but I'm going to sort that out before it's released properly. I suppose it stops people pirating it. If you see me looking over here and not at the camera there, it's because I've got a big screen there. Off screen, I've got a big screen, I can see it. All my equipment is like over here, so I've got to twist my neck, all right? So when I'm old and I've got a neck like this, all right, that's why. Hello, Gray. How you doing? Thank you for tuning in. And we previewed Strange Signals' little review of Isom as well. Tonight I want to talk a bit about music. I want all of you, right? Everyone in the chat or whoever can be bothered to participate. This is a very hard question now. It's going to be a hard question for you all. Your top 3 bands or artists of all time. Now that can be a solo artist or a band with an artist in, you know what I mean? A band or a solo artist. And you got to pick 3. All right? And that's very hard. And I want you all to think about it. Think about it for the next 5-10 minutes and then write your answers in the chat. I'll give you 10 minutes, right? Because I know it's not something you can just do on the spot. Think about your best bands. Pick the top 3 and tell me. It's my question to you, and I know it's hard to choose. Think about your best singers, people that you enjoy. Write them down with a pencil, then tell your favourite boy. Devin Townsend, Typo Negative and Judas Priest from Grim Jim. Hard to pick between best and conjures the most memories. Eurythmics, Fleetwood Mac, and Tricky. Tricky's good as well, yeah. Eurythmics, I love the Eurythmics, they're good. Johnny Scab, I'm not that legendary, but thank you. Maybe one day, when I'm long gone, they'll find my time capsule that me and Bjorn buried in the woods. Time capsule. Yusef Islam, Lupo, Fiasco and Rakim. Black Sabbath, I Hate God, and band named Neurosis. Yeah, there's some good picks. There's some good picks so far, ladies and gentlemen. Or gentlemen and ladies and whatever. There's only 2, isn't there? The London Lighter. Take you higher to the next destination. That's some good ones. The Prodigy. Cypress Hill, banging group. I like Cypress Hill. Cypress Hill are legends. Time Capsule, Shallow Grave. didn't say that. I didn't say anything, Grim Jim. That's all in your imagination. I don't think it's talking about. Yeah, I don't think if I was, not that I would ever do such a thing, but if I was to get rid of someone, I don't think I'd use a grave. Too obvious, isn't it? I'd probably go out on a boat or a dock, send them out to sea, give them a Viking burial. Pre-fire starter, Al Johnson. Some good choices so far. I'm going to be doing my favourite. I've got 2 little videos coming out soon. I've got one where I'm reviewing some toys that I found called Johnny's Terrible Toys. And I've got another one that I'm doing where I'm telling you about some of my favourite movies. In no particular order, just random movies of all genres. And I'm having a little chat about them. Acid Bath, says Abu Khan. Yeah, it's a good one. Grim Jim's like the Moors murderer. He's like a little Ian Brady. Look, he's saying, "Oh, I got some Moors up here." Jim Brady, I'll call ya. Do you go out with a blonde woman, Grim Jim? Do you and your best friend, who happens to be a bleach blonde Aryan woman, like to go walking up the moors? That was pretty good, wasn't it? I was like mixing it live. There's little buttons you can press. It's Billy Drillbit's keyboard. I'm really loving it. When I'm cleaning windows. We had a little guy with the little he had a banjo or a ukulele or something. Old school guy. I think I know you mean. I was more of a Tom Jones fan myself. And Shakin' Stevens. In fact, when I was on tour with Elton John, doing the roadieing for him, I met I didn't meet him, but I saw Shakin' Stevens, and he was actually a bit of a knob in real life. I was in the same room as him. And he's not always cracked up to be honest. But yeah, good music. I used to like his like rockabilly style. The Gallagher brothers. Yeah, the Gallagher brothers, they're knobheads. I can't stand the fucking Gallagher brothers. They give a bad reputation to Manchester, they do. I never liked them. Never met them either. I knew of them in the area, but I never met them. So I thought if I meet them, I'm going to end up having an argument with them. They're cocky, too cocky for my liking. Japanese rockabillys, yeah, I've seen a few of them. Salute. Yeah, Oasis, they're well overrated, aren't they? They had like what, maybe like a handful of good songs, half catchy songs, and then they're just like everyone fucking loves them. I see them as a bit of a U2 sort of band, just like, all right, you've got one or two good songs, but you just bore me. You're dreary as fuck. You don't speak for me. Your songs don't relate to me. Paul Paul Gallagher, is that their missing brother? Is that the one that never made it? That they just didn't let in the band because he was too retarded? He kept tripping over the wires. Paul Gallagher. The Gallagher brothers. Fucking hell. Counting Crows. I do recall them. Yeah, they were alright. I don't know much of their music. They're the ones that done, what's that song? It's on the radio quite a lot. Where he's singing about his imaginary friend. Oh, I can't think of it. But yeah, I've heard of them. Counting Crows. I can't think of the lyrics to their song now. I hear a lot of them. I hear that song a lot. It's always on the fucking radio. Yeah, we saw him at Manchester. Oh, sorry, hang on. Yeah, we saw him at Manchester Academy. He was nice. Weird, you see. 9 Inch Nails. Yeah, they were pretty good, weren't they? For dreary people. Mr. Jones. That's it. Mr. Jones and me. Well done. Well done, Sam. What do you think of The Aquabats. The Aquabats. That was the band that Travis Barker was in originally, wasn't it? From Blink-182. I've never heard of Street Fight Manifesto. I never heard their music. I've heard of them. Never heard their music. Yeah, the Aquabats were alright for that sort of music, I guess. Yeah, I didn't mind a bit of cheesy skate punk. Yeah, Mr. Jones, Great Cloudy Day. We've had that. There's two people saying Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones and me tell each other fairy tales. He got like a mad best friend, didn't he, who pervs on women with him. Mr. Jones. I picture Mr. Jones to be like a creepy old pervert. Like, Mr. Jones, and it like cuts into an old man just looking across the room. He's his imaginary friend that gets him to do disgusting things. I smuggled joints in to watch a 9 Inch Nails gig once to share around. And I, just like me, like an old perv. You smuggled joints into a 9 Inch Nails concert? That's interesting. I remember the first time, I'm going to tell you something now. The first time I went to see, I mentioned before, I know I'm on our talking terms. I know the guy from Rancid, Tim Armstrong. I talked to him quite a lot. When I first went to the Rancid gig, it was a Rancid gig they done in London. I was so fucked that I passed out and I had to be carried backstage. And that's how I actually met them. Because I just passed out in the crowd. Just like me. Ever heard of Lightning Bolt? They have a bassist, drummer is a bassist. No, not heard of them, mate. Hey, Riley. Always have a Mr. Jones hanging around to blame your crimes on. So you're saying you should always hang around with an old pervert just in case you get into trouble and go, it was him. It was Mr. Jones. I didn't do that horrendous thing. It was Mr. Jones, my imaginary friend. Well, he's not imaginary. He's that old man sat on the bench over there. He likes to watch. You have a new top 3, Grim Jim. Good God. You change your mind a lot, don't you? You're in and out like a yo-yo. I say one of the best bands I ever saw live for pure energy. There's quite a lot actually. That's an odd one. I've actually seen some good ones. Flogging Molly are pretty good. You ever seen a band called Flogging Molly? They're an Irish punk band, punk folk. I've been quite fortunate this week. The link is in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. If anyone would like to come in and talk jive with your Uncle Jonny, I'll put the link in there again. I've had a good week this week on my shows. I've been very fortunate. I did a good one with my last Scabcast. It was quite popular. I got some good super chats, and I'm very thankful for that. Some memberships. I've got a super chat today on one of my premieres from Mr. Self-Destruct, and it's all very appreciated. It's helping me reach my threshold. And of course, this coming Sunday, I have got an interview, not just any interview. Probably, well, I thought my interview with Riley with young Clipper. Well, it was pretty big, but this is another level. I've got the man, the myth, the legend, the artistic mind that is Shane Davis coming in for a chat, and I'm going to be delving into Shane's inner mind. If you've got any questions, for Shane that you want me to ask him, then there's an email in this little bar. In this little bar here that runs along the screen, just there, there's an email. And you can email your questions to me, or you can super chat them on the night. It's up to you. If you want to do it for free, then email it. If you want to super chat it, then obviously do that. But I won't be during the interview, I won't be just posting questions straight from the chat. It'll have to be a super chat or pre-written questions that have been emailed to me. I'm not bringing up every message. I don't do that on the interview shows. That's more of a Scabcast or Jonny Talks Jive thing. Somewhere I raised my kid on Mighty Boosh. Mighty Boosh, that's brilliant. Good man. I'm a fan of the Boosh. Boosh, Boosh. Who's your favourite character in the Mighty Boosh then? If you had to pick from any of the characters, you can only pick one. If the characters were real, if they were real people, the characters, and not the actors, the characters, and you had to have a conversation with one, which one would you pick? Grim Jim picks Moon. Adam Webber picks the Crack Fox. Howard Moon and the Crack Fox so far. Naboo. Oh, you've all picked different ones. That's interesting. That's it. Interesting. See, my favourite, I do like Howard Moon, but if I could only pick one, I'd pick Bainbridge, the owner of the zoo. I think he's brilliant. That's what I'd love to be like him. But Howard Moon's alright. I could put up with him for a bit. He's a bit hipster though, isn't he? I am the moon. Yeah, it is Noel Fielding's real brother. I think it's called Michael or Stephen, something basic. The actual moon. Oh, I get ya. I am the moon. That's just Noel Fielding with shaving foam on his face in a little cut-out circle. But yeah, if he was real, I suppose it wouldn't be Noel Fielding, would it? It'd just be the moon. Poor bastard, he drew the short straw. So we spent 90 years on the floor. And I knew just a little bit more. And it ticked and it talked and it did a little dance. And it ran around the house all day. Ah, a good old ditty, says Felix Smith. He's probably the oldest member of the audience, Mr. Smith. He's a fine gentleman. There's a lot you can find Felix Smith's Wikipedia about him. He's actually an interesting fellow. Man of mystery, international man of mystery. Let me have a look here. I was looking at something earlier that I might want to show you, but I lost it now. I lost it. Bear and Wolf. You're not allowed to do jokes anymore. Yeah, comedies are getting a lot shitter, aren't they, to be fair? Like, the old comedies are the best. It's always been like that. And now they're starting to blacklist old comedies as well. They're editing them to take out certain jokes and stuff. Not allowed! Not allowed! Yeah, I think the Americans get the ones that watch this show kind of get British humour. Hey, Riley. They've been watching me a long time now. I think they understand me. Yeah, we was watching the other day. We were watching the Trump thing last night. The Trump Zelensky thing. It was really interesting. I like Trump. He's brilliant. One of my heroes. I think he's amazing. Just doesn't give a shit. Well, that sounds interesting. "50 hours in Europe's most dangerous gypsy slum." There's some nerdy woman walking around in a gypsy slum. "Hello, Kate. How you doing? Good evening, ma'am. Howdy. I know CG is awesome. Anything. Fair play to you." I'm going to play a little bit of this gypsy slum for you. Since I've got no one here to talk to, I'm going to have to play something to stop me getting bored. No one wants to come in tonight, which is fair enough. I can handle that. Here we go. I'm not going to play it all, mind you. I've made her slow. Don't want you to be slow. I wanted it to be faster. That's it. Here's the girl exploring the gypsy camp.
About to step into one of the most misunderstood communities on earth, where outsiders are not trusted and acceptance is hard to come by.
If people here spoke about any other racial group in the way in which they talk about the Roma, they'd be described as out-and-out racists.
You might ask, why am I here? Well, just a few weeks ago, I was robbed by a Roma gypsy gang on my first week in Europe. And then it all kind of happened around this area. So it's been smashed when it's been taken from my hands. It was my first real encounter with this community, and understandably, it left me shaken. I posted online about my experience, and the reaction, it was confronting, to say the least. Stories of similar encounters, excessive judgment, and a constant prejudice. The reputation of this community across Europe is something that took me by surprise as someone who doesn't live here. But here's the thing. I've traveled the world and I've seen how damaging and often incorrect prejudice without context can be. So instead of letting one experience dictate how I see an entire group of people, I decided to dig deeper. I'm here to ask.
I'm going to turn off this really fast woman to bring in my mate. How you doing tonight, Grim Jim? You alright, mate?
Yeah, I thought I'd pop in, see if we can get some more people in, making a party. I'll pop in for a little bit. Let's finish up my day. I do that sleep, though.
Your voice is all goblin-like again tonight. I can't hear what you're saying. It's your mic.
Alright, hold on.
You sound like a munchkin. Munchkin Jim.
Is it fixed? Oh no.
That's better.
Yeah.
It's working. That's what everyone's calling you now. Munchkin Jim. That's your evil side. That's like your dark side coming through.
God damn it. Well, that's happened. Yeah, it's when I plug my freaking camera in. Oh well, I'm getting a new computer tomorrow, so it's the last
At least
time.
you can just pretend it's like a split personality And when you do bad things, that's Munchkin Jim coming out.
Yeah, you don't want him. You don't want him out.
Yeah, you don't want to see Munchkin Jim angry.
What was the first ever gig you went to?
First ever gig
First ever
was
gig.
fucking hell. The Damned.
Damn. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it was alright. I think it was The Damned. I've seen pub gigs and stuff like that before then. Like little bands, I guess.
I saw Accept at a pub. That was weird. Followed by Saxon. These are like bands that used to like play fucking stadiums and shit.
Yeah, it's
They
weird.
played in a
I,
fucking
I,
pub.
I remember seeing a few bands that got quite big in small venues, playing in really crappy venues back in the day. It's unheard of nowadays, really, unless you're like a down to earth band that just turns up and does like a surprise gig or something.
Yeah, it was.
No,
It was just weird, right? Because they were like right there, like in Middlesbrough. Like, what the fuck are you doing here? Fucking hell. And fucking Skid Row came up to Middlesbrough, played in a nightclub.
what was your first gig or first memorable gig, like first big gig?
Marilyn Manson.
Manson.
Yeah, supported by Disturbed before Disturbed got big. Like nobody knew what Disturbed or Godhead were, and it was on his Guns, God, and Government tour. Man, I loved me some Manson at that time. Mm-mm.
I think he's a clever man. I don't mind a bit of Manson. I've heard a few of his songs. I've never
Yeah,
watched him live. I've never seen him live, but yeah, I don't mind. I think he's intelligent. He's more intelligent than he lets on. It's kind of like a show. I think a lot of it.
Yeah, I'm just surprised like how quiet he is about. I mean, I know he's like had all of those allegations against him recently and everything, but he beat them all.
Most
And
rock stars do, though, don't they? Like it's a grey area. When
yeah,
you become like a pop star, like a rocker or a rap star or whatever, you're gonna get the. Obviously, you do get some that are guilty of what they do, but there's also going to be a lot of young women that purposely hang around with artists like that are promiscuous and kind of like get stuff out of it, and then when it doesn't go their way, then they make it out like they didn't want to do it. It's kind of there's some cases like that as well.
I'm surprised like he doesn't have anything to say like in like this sort of time, you know? Like he's not doing anything really. Well, he doesn't seem to be. Maybe he is. I don't know. I haven't really followed him for quite a few years.
So a lot of artists like that work on music in private, don't they? Just in case they come out with a banger and then they can make a little comeback or something. He probably just chills
Yeah.
out and makes tracks in private, I expect. Someone as rich as him has probably got his own recording studio just to chill out in.
Yeah, he's probably just taking a bunch of pills.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like he had all of that stuff in the religious scare and stuff like that on in the 90s and early 2000s and everything, and he just doesn't seem to have fuck all to say about free speech or anything these days and stuff, which is
Yeah,
weird.
I think he's probably, I don't know what he says his political leaning is, but I can imagine him being a lot more Republican than he lets on.
He's probably a big lefty. Everybody's a big lefty and stuff, in rock and roll, it seems.
But usually you'll find the ones that are big lefties are the ones that are whiny and they talk about their politics a lot. The celebrities that are quieter about their politics are normally more right leaning because they're frightened to mention their politics more. A lot of the time.
Yeah,
Left leaning celebrities use it as a tool to get more fans, whereas you don't really catch that with many Republican artists that try to pretend not to be political but have secret political opinions.
I can't really think of many out and out right artists. Like there's Morrissey, I guess. I
That's
don't listen
because
to
they
him. Though.
don't. That's because the ones that are right-leaning, they don't normally brag about it. They don't tell people about it. They're usually the quieter ones. They stay out of it completely because you're persecuted more. You're persecuted more if you're conservative or if you're a patriot.
So what are these jippos doing around in the fucking filth? I see like they've got an outdoor bin, as usual.
Let's play it. Let's play it and have a
Yeah.
gander.
Yeah, let's
That's
have a
one
look.
question. Is my experience with the Roma community truly representative, or is there more to these communities than what I've been told? What's it really like to live in these conditions? What's their history, their culture, their struggles? And how do they navigate life when they're constantly misunderstood and labelled? I'm not here to make assumptions. I'm here to challenge them, to
It's gonna
learn
be
through exposure, to meet face to face. The real
It's
question
gonna
is,
be like
what will I
woke.
uncover when I step into their world?
No, it's okay. No, I'm not.
On the way to meet Igor now, walking through this park in Slovakia. And
Igor.
I am a little bit nervous. I'm not sure what to expect, especially after what happened to me. I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. We headed to a local coffee shop where we met Igor, a local expert on the area, before heading out to the most famous Roma community, one that's quite
Brave woman.
misunderstood. So I am a bit nervous, but we'll see what's
There's
in
some
store.
parts of London that look like that.
I am looking forward to hearing from them themselves. So far, it is different to anywhere that I've been.
Also
Having
Newcastle.
arrived in Lunik 9, one of the largest communities of Roma people in Slovakia, I can't help but wonder what life is like for those that live here.
Hello. Hi, how are you? Marosh.
Lunik 9 itself isn't as far
Fucking
out of
hell.
the city as I kind of
Maybe
imagined.
not like
I kind
that.
of thought for some reason it would be pushed really far out. I mean, it is. It's separate to the rest of the Luniks. This goes up to 8, and then this one's on the outskirts. But coming in and driving in, there is an immediate shift in feeling and people. You can feel it. You can see it. The Roma people, often referred to as gypsies,
Fine
have a long
Soviet
and complex
buildings.
history stretching back over 1,000 years. Originating in northern India, the Roma began migrating to Europe around the 11th
Tommy
century,
Mark would
likely
love
due
to
to
live there.
invasions and conflicts in their homeland. Over time, they spread across the continent, facing a range of challenges, including discrimination, forced assimilation, and violence. In many European countries, the Roma were marginalized and segregated, often living in poverty and denied basic rights. During the Holocaust, Roma communities were brutally targeted by the Nazis, with an estimated 500,000 Roma people killed. After World War II, many Roma were left in a state of displacement and continued to experience prejudice and exclusion. Despite their centuries-long presence in Europe, the Roma remain one of the most disadvantaged and discriminated groups today, struggling with systemic inequalities in education, employment, and housing. Their resilience, however, is evident in the vibrant culture they've preserved despite centuries of hardship.
How do I say hello in Romany?
Po romsky jak sa povie, že ahoj alebo dobrý deň?
Ahoj. Lačo Jive.
Lacho Jive.
Lačo Jive.
Lacho Jive.
Lačo Jive.
Lacho Jive.
Lachagias, always like learning hello. As we made our way into one of the apartment buildings in Lunik 9, I was still feeling very unsure. But stopping for a brief moment, I was able to ask this young man, Marosh, what it's like to live here.
You have really beautiful eyes.
Thank you.
You grew up here?
I like your fancy dinner mask.
Skoro aj dobre, ale aj zle.
Yeah, that's my
A také.
These pros and cons, you know.
that was my Halloween mask. I done a, I made one for Halloween.
I thought that was like a posh one you took out for dinner parties and things, you know. I was like, oh, going out.
And then I've got my other one. I've got
Part
my
of
one for
it.
voodoo. This one's for my voodoo ceremonies.
Nice. Well, you need one of those.
Yeah, for whenever I do voodoo spells against my enemies. I'm gonna be selling one of my masks soon. My second oldest one. Or giving it away in a competition, maybe.
Things are alright, but also like the fights here and not like everything is perfect. So
Yeah. And how old are you?
18.
18. And what about your like studies? Do you study anything? Do you want to?
Ja študujem tu v Košiciach na súkromnej pedagogickej.
So yeah, he's studying at school, the third year of his high school, and he's studying as a pedagogical assistant of the teacher.
Sure.
So like he got one more year to go.
One more year.
Yeah. So yeah, he's like very into it. Also, he's volunteering, you know, through the local organization, and they're motivating young people, you know, like to get better lives and like not growing up in the like ghetto conditions, but like to get better lives. So yeah, he likes it.
I can only imagine how difficult it could be to grow up here. This young man is working 4 times as hard to make a better life for himself. And then asked him if he felt judged and if there was a misconception of the people here.
Yeah, they said like people got like much bigger prejudices, and like people expect like to be like a complete disaster here. It's not so bad here, and also there are like a lot of normal people here, and actually I can like confirm that like as I told you that like I've been here like like thousands or like 100 times before, nothing bad happened to me. So I guess yes, the prejudices are definitely like higher than like the reality.
Is it? I'm just came out over there.
So you met?
Okay. So, what is Lunik 9, the community I'm in now, and how did it get this reputation? Lunik 9 started in the 1980s as a mixed community designed to house both Slovaks and Roma families. But over time, due to the economic decline, discrimination, and a lack of investment, the neighborhood became increasingly segregated. Today, it's one of Europe's largest and most notorious Roma settlements. What was once a vibrant, diverse community is now a symbol of exclusion, poverty, and marginalization, reflecting the broader struggles of Roma people across Slovakia and much of Eastern Europe. Invited us into their home here, so we're going to see sort of what it's like inside as well as outside.
They're going into a Roma house.
Oh, thank you. Hello, let's use it.
Christ.
Let's do this. I can't see anything. Sorry, I can't. I'm fully fogged up. What are you making?
Ziemniaki, ja myślę.
Yeah.
Potatoes.
Potatoes.
What's your name?
Masha. Josie, nice to meet you.
Marsha shared she's been living in this apartment for 15 years, but has been in the community for her whole life, other than the times she's traveled to England in search of work.
She used to work here in US Steel, in a big steel factory behind the city.
Wow.
But yeah, she said it's challenging to find a job. Maybe in England, like they're not always like checking the education. Maybe they're not so strict about that.
Right.
Here, it's much more strict. If you don't have an education, you don't have a job. And
Really?
Yeah.
So that's why when you study, it's imperative for him. It's important for him to study to get his job, because otherwise you don't have any opportunities. Wow. Just thinking, it's just hard.
Okay.
We learned that these micro apartments are rented directly from the district, with many sharing accommodation.
Any Americans in the chat? Like, I'm interested. In England, you get like you get these things. You get like gypsy camps. We call them like travellers, and they just travel around and like put their caravans on people's land and live there for as long as they want before they get booted off.
You get a lot of them up here where I am. Yeah.
Do you get a lot of them in America though? That's what I want to know. Is there any of them in America, like proper traveller families that will just come and inhabit your land? I don't think you would. I don't reckon you would in America, because people have got guns and stuff, ain't they? So you'd be like more bothered, wouldn't you? Just to pull up on some farmer's field, like. It'd be interesting to know. They are called homeless in America. So you don't get any that claim to be gypsy travellers then, and it's their right to stay wherever they want. So we get that in England and Britain. I was interested to know, and I didn't think you would, because I know that people would be a lot more scared of people. If you got a farmer that's going to shoot you if you come on his land, then you're going to be bothered to do it, ain't you? All our people are pussy over here. We can't do anything.
Yeah, but the gypsies have like a very community retaliation sort of thing. You do something to one of them, and the whole community comes at you. And before not long, like my sister, she lives out in the country, and that's where all the jippos are and everything. Something like the next door neighbors like had some sort of deal that went wrong or something with the jippos, end up double crossing them, or like some sort of family thing. They end up coming around next door neighbor's house, put all of their windows through, all of their fucking doors through, and everything like that, and just like fucking devastated the house and everything. It's just like, okay, just yelling and screaming. They're not good neighbors. They're not good neighbors. I mean, they're all right people. They're just people. You get on with them. You get on with them. I used to serve them all the time in the shop I used to work at and everything. And, you stop the kids. They'd send the kids in and everything to, like, nick all the magazines and stuff, all the kids' magazine with the toys and everything. And at first, you're offended by it and everything. But, it's just like, why the fuck do I care? Like, it's just some fucking magazines and shit. And you just, like, laugh at them. Just like, hey, can you... I just point at the parent, like... Because the parents will come to the till and like start paying and everything to like distract you and stuff like that. I just like pointing the parents like, can you get your kid to like stop nicking all the toys off all the magazines and shit. And they just go, "Oh, sorry." It's like, "Oh, I didn't know they were doing that. There, sorry, the cheeky buggers."
Yeah, they're proper brazen, aren't they? They don't give a
Yeah.
fuck. They've got balls of steel.
Foundations of
it's
raising
funny.
4 families in an apartment this size.
Live in such a tiny apartment. It's just like this room and one bathroom, and she used to live in a similar apartment like with 6 people, so it was kind of like challenging.
In an apartment this big?
Yes.
Wow.
It was very challenging.
So this room was for 6 people for you?
Just podobno byty bývaly, ale she was living in the same size. But
Same size.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
For the
then-
size of a room for 6. So you would sleep here. And,
Yeah,
and then you've got the bathroom.
Yeah.
And this is the whole thing.
Okay, so there are three people. Her with 2 kids.
2 kids.
Yes.
And they would all sleep on this mattress?
Yeah, I would say. Yeah.
Although very small, with Marsha and 2 kids living in the one room, this apartment was clean and warm, which was reassuring.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
But as we head outside, I spot an outdoor
they-
settlement across from her apartment, which looks
did
in
that
much
well.
worse shape, at least from here.
Is this also where they live as well?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like it's called like Mašličkovo. It means that it's a settlement because like 2 blocks were destroyed or like turned down.
Oh.
And the people from those blocks, they went just behind, like to like they created this kind of like very simple thing.
Right.
Now we will explore this illegal settlement later, as well as another that's completely off the radar in a different district, that's known to be much more extreme, to the point we need a higher security to ensure our protection. But first, we're heading into one more apartment in this block.
Oh, wow. It's tall.
This one is much bigger. Maybe I close the door because
Yeah,
it's
it's cold outside, Michael. Yeah. Can I have a look?
They must be pretty bad if they've got a higher security.
And then you've got the kitchen. It's very small. It's very small.
Reminds me of the
and of course you've got everything
favelas in
one
Brazil.
spot, so
Now, in yet another person's modest home, I can't help but ask what life is like for her here in Lunik 9.
despite the fact that like people are living here in very humble conditions,
Adios.
if you want and if you try, it's possible to have like kind of normal, maybe humble but normal life here. Like if you try, if you are not like really like wasting your money or like having some kind of like bad lifestyle, it's possible to have life here.
Being Roma part of identity, or does she feel like herself and then Roma second? Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Does she feel like it defines who she is?
Ja som bola
I asked her about Roma identity, and she said like she was growing up in a mixed environment,
right,
but she's not like ashamed to be Roma. What she
She's the girl on the couch. She just pays rent. No one knows who she actually is.
loves about like being Roma, or like the Roma people is like their temperament, like very alive, and they got like very passionate, also like the relation with kids. This is something they really care about, like despite of the condition and poverty, whatever. Like this is like the most important thing in life.
Yeah.
They care about their families. They are caring about the parents. They are not putting them to the retirement homes. It's like they care of the family.
Help each other.
Yes.
zabawali.
And also like Roma love to party,
Tancujú.
love to dance,
A veľa ľudia.
love to sing.
Good, me too.
Romovia majú radi veľa detí, nemálo.
And they love to have a lot of kids, so like big families.
Big families. I can feel her passion as well.
Yeah, okay. Cítiť z vás takú vášeň.
No proti,
Máte v sebe veľa
ja som
života.
veľmi dobrá žena.
She said like goodness. She's trying to be a good woman.
Good. Me too. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Bye. Thank you.
So we've just come out of their homes, and it honestly wasn't really what I expected. And the people are a lot more welcoming. I think out here is a little bit, maybe a little bit tense, or maybe I'm just making that way. I'm not sure. Hello. How are you? Good. Thank you. It's cold.
It's cold,
Yeah. What's your name?
Eric.
Eric.
Yes.
Josie. Nice to meet you. So I'm not sure exactly what I expected, but I'm
They're
not
eyeing
sure
her
I
up.
expected this much friendliness, which is strange. Especially the experience that I've had in the past, it wasn't this. So it's good. I'm glad that I'm here and I'm actually speaking to them in a different environment than the one I was in.
Do you feel yourself that you are Roma or Slovak?
I want to see this like dodgy place that she goes to. Yeah, this place. This looks better.
Yeah, that looks like the shit.
Tucked away on the mountainside in eastern Slovakia, that is often hidden and forgotten by the media, politicians, and even in official statistics. While Lunik 9 makes headlines around the world as the largest and most notorious Roma settlement in Europe, the reality in Rishnava is much harsher. With no political voice or media coverage, it's a place that remains off the radar, and that lack of representation makes success something even more difficult. The conditions here are extreme. There's overcrowding, crumbling buildings, and no access to basic services like clean water or sanitation. It's a community that's been left behind and hidden from the public eye. But there is a distrust towards outsiders in this community, and heading in without a local contact isn't wise. A security team made up of local Roma residents accepted my request to visit and helped me gain acceptance in the community. Wow. I'm excited to hear from them. I'm just a little bit nervous. See. What's your name?
Marek.
Marek. Josie. Nice to meet you. What's your day in your life here? What's it like to live here?
Ráno človek stane, hej, zloží oheň, keď je zima, skočí po vodu na studňu.
So he says that like at the beginning it's the basic stuff. So he needs to take water, prepare the wood for the fire, making things around the house. You know, like the basic things like to ensure the household.
And do you feel anyone from outside this community, you face any challenges when it comes to how they think about you?
Čo vám poviem, že to nie je len toto, že...
Everywhere in Slovakia, like when they see Roma, it's like that, yes. Of course, like you feel humiliated and it's hurting. That like, yeah, it's kind of painful.
That's sad. How would you come together as a family or a community, and what's their hope for the future for his kids or their kids?
Dúfajme, že už bude lepšie, hej.
They feel like neglected and like maybe the state is not like caring so much,
Sure.
and maybe not enough is made. And so then also like the kids are not living in very good conditions and they like dirty, you know, there's mud everywhere. So yeah, like for the Romas, like he wish like to unite and maybe create some kind of representation.
Chceli lepšie žitie, poukazujú, že Romáci nechcú žiť, nechcú pracovať, áno, chcú.
Yeah, so there are many like very poor people here, like who can like even provide like the basic food and so.
Yeah.
And he also said like many Romans they went to England and they felt treated well. I mean like they didn't face those prejudices because maybe like the society is more mixed than so.
Right.
But here I mean like the racism is very strong.
It must be hard to live like that.
Yeah. So he wished also like the people like in the other countries to be able to see how the people are living in these conditions. Maybe also like to unite somehow.
Yeah, can help. In an effort to understand more about the Romas, we spoke with an anthropologist named Andre, and he shared with us the issues and the struggles with representation.
Since most of the Roma here in Central and Eastern Europe, they live in small, dispersed communities, and they haven't really had any common political representation or institutions. Any kind of aspirations political were mostly local. Secluded communities, they view political practice as really non-Roma kind of stuff. Because if you're a Roma, you focus on your family or extended family and on your local life, and you don't really want to become too abstract about your life. You don't really want to go into planning as much, you know.
They work as clans, don't they? Like tribes.
Yeah, what did it say these guys originated from? Like India? That's crazy.
It was something like that, yeah.
But yeah, they're like, you know, they traveled all the way up to here, and it's like they're all over the place now.
I was watching a documentary about them, and they still have like ranks, like prince and king and stuff. They have like leaders of tribes and clans.
Oh wow!
Different organisations, gypsy princes.
I wonder if we've got gypsy prince up north, up here.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I should imagine there's a few around England. But you get a lot of like fake ones as well, don't you? Just Irish travellers that aren't actually Romany. And not that they're fake, I guess, but they're their own kind of traveller.
Yeah, what are they called again?
The ones that use the flag
Pikey.
with the wheel.
Yeah, the pikey. Oh, the ones with the flag with the wheel are the Romanese, right? And
that's the Romanese.
Yeah, and then you've got the pikeys with the from Ireland being all cheeky and things with the bare knuckle boxing and everything.
Yeah, although we're not allowed to call them that anymore. It's that's offensive apparently. You have to call them travellers. The traveller community.
Okay. La-di-da, fine.
La-di-da. Everyone's gay now, aren't they? I mean, you can say something totally not meaning to offend someone, and it'll offend someone somewhere.
Yeah, I'm glad we got retard back and stuff because I was like going to start using spaz again more. Yeah, the word retard. I'm not really into using the word faggot though. Much. I don't know.
No, I like using. I like mong. Mong's a good word. I use that quite a lot.
Yeah,
That was a touchy word for a while. You shouldn't use that. Mongoloid.
You can't do that. There's people in Mongolia. It's like, well, that's you associating it with them. That's not me doing that. That's you. You know. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
It's like always somebody else's imagination just being carried away, like getting offended with it. Like when, you just say something to like mean one thing and they just take their imaginations and go on a little travel around the block, like our Eric July takes his wording of things and goes for a walk around the block to say a sentence.
Where did you say you were from up in Yorkshire, Jim?
Northeast, Middlesbrough.
Northeast.
Yeah.
Middlesbrough, right.
Well, I live in Middlesbrough right now. I'm from a little village called Grey Aiden. That's
Right.
where I grew up in. And then I moved to the Middle East for a little bit, and then came back to Grey Aiden. And then had to move to Middlesbrough.
I'm looking up videos. I haven't actually visited Middlesbrough that much, but I'm looking at some videos of it now.
It's a shithole. I mean, it's gotten a little better. No, it's actually gotten worse and better at the same time because they keep putting money into all of these like educational projects, but that's just like bringing more and more foreigners in, and so now it's just like the streets are just full of foreigners and nobody knows anybody anymore, and yeah, all the good clubs and pubs have shut down. It's just like the streets are the high street's barren these days. It's just, like every other barbershop, every other high street in Britain, it's all barbershops, kebab shops, with mixed in with a few clothes shops, and that's about it. Sucks.
Yeah, it looks quite. There's a guy here. He's walking around Middlesbrough, and it looks like most of it's boarded up.
Oh, that'd be, yeah. That'd be
Oh wow! Back. Travis Perrick sent a super chat. Hail Scabby Ringing. Thank you, Travis.
Hail, Travis.
Biggest culprit of the decline in our high street, the global phenomenon online retailer that is Amazon. Sales in the UK alone were 24 billion last year. That's £193 every second. I can order something online from these guys cheaper than anywhere I can find it on the high street, and in most cases, we'll get it delivered to me the very same day.
Hell yeah. Look, Debenham's dead. That was there for like years. Oh, that's fucking Hill Street. Home sweet home.
You know most of these areas.
Oh shit, Forbidden Planet's closed down? Shit. I can't go to my comic shop anymore.
Here we are in Middlesbrough, a town at the northernmost part of my home county, North Yorkshire. It lies on the River Tees. It's home to 140,000 residents, and it attracts millions of visitors each year because of its football team, its nighttime economy, and because of its great retail. Today we're going to check out how that retail has changed over the last 5-10 years and what the future might hold for it. Middlesbrough's always been close to our hearts as it's the closest centre to us for doing great shopping and retail. And when I came here a few days ago, I was shocked to see how much was closed. But then I went home and researched, and I saw all the great things Middlesbrough Council is doing to ensure the future and integrity of the high street here. So unlike Scarborough Town Centre, which charges an extortionate £2 an hour to park, Middlesbrough is very reasonable. You can actually park here for as little as £5 for the entire day. But in this prime spot, it's £4.60 for 2 hours. It's £3.10 for 3 hours, and it's only £4.60 for 4 hours. That's a lot of shopping you can do at that time. This big shop behind me is actually closed.
Where are you going to shop though?
Unit.
Where are you going to shop though, big guy? Go on, go do shopping.
And check out these nice art pieces. Now that's a good use of the space. Might as well have something in there. This space behind me, opposite Primark, used to be Sports Direct, and it's closed its doors here. stay tuned and see what's happened to it. Sales
Oh,
are
that's
up
there's a bunch of
2/3.
end shops
These
in
guys
there.
don't have to
That's
worry
pretty
about
good.
competition from online retail. The only question is, when are they going to open the store in Scarborough? So this is what it looks like. Going to Middlesbrough High Street. We've got boarded up shop after boarded up shop after boarded up shop. And the big shock here is across the way. Marks and Spencer's has had to close its doors. Marks and Spencer had to close this store back in April. And the council describe it as a devastating blow to the high street. It's one of only 5 shops that Marks and Spencer's have had to close in the UK so far. But I can tell you this, they are looking at closing more. Yours might be next.
Dun, dun, dun.
The devastating
Fucking
impact
shocking.
on this high street can most acutely be felt here. And we're looking at all boarded up shops over there. The closed Marks and Spencer's. And in the distance, the far distance, behind all these closed shops, we can see the big names. We can see the House of Fraser. We can see the
I
dead
think
names.
that
And we already
blue
know they're
shop
closed.
there
Let's go take a
that's
look.
boarded up. I think
So
that
we
used
just
to
had
be
a
a
local
game,
resident, and he says that
which
he
is
doesn't
like
come to
a
Middlesbrough very
gaming
often
shop.
because most of the shops are shut, and that he goes to a place called Colby Newman, which is nearby. All the shops are open, and they also offer free parking there. But just look at all this. I mean, that whole stretch is shut. Back in December 1989, there was a national TV advert that said the Dundas Shopping Centre was the dream of every shopper. And back then, it had 42 independent retailers in it. Back then, you could get shoes, jewellery, flowers, clothing, sportswear, hardware, toiletries. Nowadays, you won't find many shops open in the Dundas Arcade. It's a sorry state of affairs.
My friend's got a little golf shop open now.
Which you would have thought could have survived any high street with its fantastic bakery and tasty treats, with having to start closing some of its doors, including this one here in the Dundas Arcade in Middlesbrough. But just opposite the Couplands that have to close, we see a vape shop, and they're doing
That's
very
a good
well.
bakery,
They're not
Couplands,
really challenged
actually.
by e-commerce. This is a real shock, and this is very much unexpected, where B&M is actively opening shops and even taking over some branches of Wilko's. This one here in Middlesbrough, they shut its doors for the last time. This store behind me used to be C&A, affectionately known as Coats and Ants, and back in 2001, it had to shut its doors for the final time because of growing competition from retailers like Tesco and Asda. Ironically, there's now a Next. Now, we mentioned Sports Direct earlier. I mentioned them moving them out of the precinct. They're actually on the main high street now, and they're in a 3-story block that's really good, run by very professional staff. And on the ground floor, they've taken on board Game, and it looks great. This is House of Fraser, and like most House of Frasers, it closed its doors back in June.
This guy's a bit cheesy, isn't he?
He is a bit cheesy. But yeah, he's just going around going on. Everything's closing, everything's going dead. And yeah, I think
Do you
that's
get a lot
because
of
I
crime
think
there in Middlesbrough?
it used to be really bad. I think it's like mellowed out in the last 10 years or so, but that's because we've got like loads of foreign students now. It's just like a student city, so it isn't that bad, but it's, you know, there's still like the Bongo Club open and shit like that. There's places you can go, and it'll be a bit dodgy.
The Bongo Club, what's that?
So the Bongo Clubs is like notorious for fucking fights and stabbings and all sorts of carrying on. I wouldn't fucking go there to like to go there. I thought they might show this, but there's like this big black tower, and in Middlesbrough, it's like the tallest building in Middlesbrough, and the basement to that used to be a fucking golf club that I used to go to all the time called Blazers, and that was basically my home away from home there. And it's just like across the road from the big Gothic fucking town hall that he was like stood behind. So I thought he was going to show a bit of that, but never mind. But yeah, he's just going around looking at shops that are closed and stuff. And like all these shops are closed. Like I'm surprised Forbidden Planet's closing. It wouldn't be surprised me if they're clearing out the Dundas Arcade thing there, like where he's like talking about the B&M coming out and everything, to like tear that building down, because A, it's a fucking eyesore, and B, it's like been up there since like the 50s and stuff, and it's like looks like a cheap building, like that was just thrown up. Like, yeah, Middlesbrough's it's changing and everything. Like there's money being put into it, but it's like all going to the college and everything, and like I think they're doing something with it. I don't know what it is. Because Labour are like just blocking every development that comes along. Labour just seems to block it, like the Labour people up here, because we're a Labour stronghold, and every development that wants to go thing has to go through them for some reason, and they just don't want to develop anything, and they just want to keep bringing more and more of these student plan things, of these like little students sort of like come here, do your thingy course for like so long, and then like fuck off back to where you come from. But you know, you come here, you get skills, and then you go off. Some of them stay to like get jobs around here, but yeah, it's just like we're just cycling students right now. I think that's how it's how Middlesbrough's keeping it flow, and I think that's basically our money right now. It's in student accommodation and maybe telly sales, shit like that. Boring.
Yeah.
Sorry, chat.
Outstanding stall at City, Parswood Road.
Yeah.
Show me to ground command, please. Call numbers 5973. Air support soon as. Delivery patrol to the area with statement, please. Extra Alpha 5-1, it's now Parswood Road towards... Yeah, sorry, trying to get on. We're still Parswood Road, just across Swamp Lane. Road conditions are dry, traffic is medium. A few pedestrians about. Speed is currently 80 miles an hour. Confirming Lima Charlie 02, Mike Lima Yankee. Looks to be 4 persons on board the vehicle this time. No ID on the driver.
Going some, isn't he? Fucking hell.
Yeah, he's going for it. Whereabouts is this?
I don't know, it's a compilation of different chases.
Nah. It's probably Ronnie fucking Pickering in that car. You're not catching him.
Now left again, Pizza Road back towards Parswood. Stand by, it's a right onto Parswood Road towards Morgan. Left Eastside Road now towards Cotton Lane. So left Stevens Road is about 200 yards ahead, and he's doing a left again onto Cotton Lane, back towards Parswood Road. And it's a left again, east side, back towards Hayescroft. Right, Hayescroft Road, back
He's
towards
annoying, isn't he? Weaving in and out.
So right, Piper Vault Road.
Surprised he's still on him.
Yeah, he's doing well.
He's straight over Parswood Road, stand by. Up to Westcroft Road towards Kingsway. But he's still quiet this time. Quiet traffic, no pedestrians. He's got left onto Kingsway, City Mount. Stand by, it's a temporary loss of sight. Back with him, South Bank Road. We're up Southleigh Road, to the right into Ainsworth Road again. Continue to the right Briarfield Road now, back towards Kingsway. Stand by, over the Central Reservation.
They lost him. Must have lost him. Oh, he came.
Will, what we got here? Probably mute this one. Can't really see what's going on in this one. It's always in the little boy racer car.
It's over that the motorbike. It might be after the motorbike.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the way.
Just for your information, we're on the A1 southbound junction 14. We're trying to stop a motorcycle at the moment. Alpha Juliet 60 Kilo Whiskey Romeo. I'm just running through PNC and it's showing as a Seat Ibiza.
Boy, God.
Waiting to stop.
You ain't catching it.
A1 southbound, junction 14. Can I have a medium talk through with you, monitoring police vehicle failing to stop? Advance of sanctuary, approach your vehicle. Thank you. We are A1 southbound. We're after Alpha Juliet 60 Kilo Whiskey Romeo. Speed 140 miles per hour.
Oh, where he thinks he's gonna go though.
Registration number for a vehicle for a car. Road to drive. Traffic is moderate. The rider is in full and proper control of the vehicle at this time. I reckon we should stop there. We are at 140 on the boss side. He is A1 southbound, just approaching Rampton Hut. Yeah, we pulled right back a bit because it's a motorcycle, it's stupid speeds. So we've cancelled. Can you give that veteran hot to know, please?
They ain't going to catch up with you.
Yes, I don't know.
They're going 110 miles per hour there. Jeez. Oh, this is a nice town. Oh, shit.
We're now on West Beach Road, 4 BB, following Alpha Juliet 60, Kilo Victor Romeo. The traffic is moderate. Speed now is 40 miles an hour, just entering 20 mile per hour speed limit. And just
Is
gone
this the
through
same gap?
It was on grade. He's speeding away for us at this time. While in excess
Yeah, I
of
think
50
it's
miles
the
per hour
same
speed
way.
limit, heading general direction of the A47.
Just skip to your head a bit.
We'll be right onto the country roads now. The traffic conditions are light. I consider this medium risk. The supervisor grant property to continue.
Is he just follow them and then like the guys will just like put police officers ahead of them?
Yeah, it's hard to stop motorbikes though, isn't it, really? Like you said, you need a helicopter, really, to follow them.
If you get to see them in London and stuff, they're allowed to kick them off the bikes.
Yeah, I know you can. The police can barge them now, can't they? They can knock them
Yeah.
off as long as it's like gentle and not trying to kill them. They can like shift the bike so it crashes.
That's fun.
UK's best police chases. This sounds better. Compilation.
Watching some of the most exciting police chase videos coming out of West Yorkshire. One prominent quote I find that's befitting these videos is, "Speed has never killed anyone, suddenly becoming stationary. That's what gets you, Jay Clarkson." Right, let's get this show on the road.
XSXS, I've got a vehicle failing to stop. I'm Dalton Lane.
Oh look, he's going in reverse. A peculiar method of getting away.
XS India, this is a strange pursuit. It's actually in reverse.
Strange
on
indeed.
Dalton Lane.
Fucking
And it's
palm
still in
tree.
reverse on the wrong side of the road. It's temporarily high risk, back down to medium as we enter the Nationals in reverse.
He's escaping in reverse.
Oh my, he did a fancy Tom Cruise maneuver. Did you see it? Margaret, come and have a look at this dipstick.
Approaching the junction with Dalton Lane. It's a left. Now Dalton
Where are
Lane
you
towards
going, lad?
Bloody hell, I feel like I'm in the car with him. How thrilling.
Going over the River Don. Speed is 70 in a 30. Pedestrians are light. Traffic's light. It's medium risk. It's got some ground on me, and it looks like it's going to be a decamp, and a crash, out and running.
Fucking get in. No.
Where's he gone? Where's he gone?
Yeah, this spike.
Cheers.
Commandeered it.
Stay where you are! Police officer with a taser! Stand still! Stay still now! Stay still!
Slimy rat.
Stay still. Get your hands where I can see him now! Do not move! Get on the floor now! On the floor! Stand by, I've got one on the floor. At this time, under arrest. Suspicion of theft of that vehicle. You don't have to say anything. Name your defence. Do not mention when questioned. Subject later relying in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence.
Bish bash bosh, job well done. What's next?
They made the most of their garden there. Look at that sunroom and the
That was a big
shed.
sign.
It's a good shed, that.
Lima Romeo 81 Tango. Got a vehicle failing to stop. It's Barnby Dunn Road. Reason to stop is manner driving. Can I request authority to continue, please? Lexus. It's Doncaster Road, generally towards Kirksandall. It's an advanced driver driving this vehicle. Items being thrown out of the window. Has just been stolen. They seem to be throwing property out of the window. We're passing the Little to the near side. Risk is needed at this time as we continue. No vehicles on the road. No pedestrians. Risk medium. Safe to continue. Go left.
Get out of the vehicle! Listen, he's doing that. Please get taser. I'm not stand back. Get out of the vehicle. Jesus, you could have killed somebody. What's wrong with you?
I recognise him.
What's your name?
Lee John
What? What?
Lee John Cherubbriar.
Lee Cherubbriar. Let's give him a search. Get him onto his side, Pete. Okay, you're under arrest. Suspicion of failed to stop. Dangerous driving. Theft of that vehicle. Okay. You got a licence. You're no licence to no insurance. You don't have to say anything, but it may be friends if you don't mention now. So if you don't mention when questions, which you'll try and call anything you do say maybe given evidence, do you understand? Do you have anything to drink tonight? No. Use drugs? Okay. Oh, balaclava. Good.
They should add an extra charge for having a criminally awful haircut.
Direction.
That's
It's a
pretty
left. Onto Station Road, heading in the general direction of Stainforth. Decamp.
Hand! Now! Get the floor! Down!
Johnny's not on foot, he's heading towards you down that dirty lane that goes out to the field.
Give me further under arrest, mate, on suspicion of possession of Class A and driving while sober prescribed. Control limit for both cannabis and cocaine. All right, you're still under caution. Do you want to repeat it for you? Are you happy with that?
Naughty drugs too. Gosh, it is quite shocking seeing these people exist among us. Okay, so this one apparently involves a dog. I love dogs. We have several running around the fields. The only downside is they all seem to shit my grass, making it a minefield in summer. I like this one. It's been recorded in high definition. I guess we get to see him driving like a cock in HD.
It's a good narrator.
Yeah, he's good. I like him.
Oh.
Oops, there goes his engine.
Sorry, down a footpath. Down a footpath. Asian male, white top, black tracky bottoms, black trainers.
Oh, look, a dog.
Doggies deployed, doggies deployed.
Right, on to the next. I once hired a man with a van. I went to go and make him a cup of tea, and when I came back, my Land Rover Discovery was up on bricks and all the wheels were missing. Needless to say, I don't like vans.
So many white vans in UK, and they all drive like cocks.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, like, they all have like limiters on them as well, so you can't like go over 70.
Yeah, most work vans are built like that now, aren't they?
Yeah. Probably because of shit like this. Handy for gigs though. My mate's got a white van. He takes us to gigs in them.
Yeah, they are handy to get around.
Fucking Smashing Pumpkins gonna do a tour. Might see them.
Oh, I like the Smashing Pumpkins.
I might go see them. You know, and they're not like up there on my list of bands that I want to see, but fuck it. You know, if they come by, I might see them. People in chat want to see Smashing Pumpkins, right?
Man, this guy really likes going off-road.
Fuck.
Any Smashing Pumpkins fans in the chat?
Oh my gosh. Wow, he drove straight into him. Bloody hell! Oh, he's so screwed. Brilliant. There are two things I love in life: offshore tax havens and seeing transit vans being rammed. Right, well, I've thoroughly enjoyed myself again. Time to go and watch Police Interceptors on Channel 5 while Margaret tries to pay my speeding fine. 'Tis a pleasure. Thanks for watching. If you're lucky, I'll catch you in the next one.
Well, he was odd.
Yeah, it was an odd
Funny.
one. That was good.
I guess. Different.
And the thing is, can't really like have the big interactions on YouTube and things because it'll just ban it.
Yeah. Where are Smashing Pumpkins playing then? Are they touring the UK?
Yeah, I'll have a look. Probably down in that London, probably Manchester, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Most likely. There's only certain cities that bands go to now, isn't there? It's kind of like a set thing. The ones with the biggest venues, I guess.
Oh no, it's quite good actually. London, Halifax, Scarborough. I might go to the Scarborough one. Close.
Home of Savile. That's where Jimmy
Colton.
Savile was from. Wasn't it? Scarborough. Or his mum lived there.
They're going to Italia. They're going to Germany. They're doing all Europe.
Wow.
Germany. Doing Ludwigsburg, Bonn, and Berlin in Germany. And Copenhagen in Denmark. So my friend can go see him. I've got a couple friends in Denmark. And Revite, my Icelandic friend can go watch them as well. He's going to go see them in the Iceland place that I can't pronounce because it's Icelandic.
Right.
Reykjavik. Yeah, I can't say it. I've got a Yorkshire boy.
You got friends that live over there?
Yeah, one of my so I've got I used to have like a little gaming channel and stuff, and one of my mods, which became like a good friend and everything. He lives over in Iceland, and he just rides like bikes around Iceland and does like these bike fucking tours around Iceland, and yeah, it's chill as fuck.
Cool. That sounds good.
I call him Ice. It's because I had a little Minecraft channel, and that attracted like a bunch of people for a little while. I'm not sure why. A lot of them came to like do mischief, I think, but a lot of them just like came into it's like big in the Minecraft boom. You know, a lot of gamers and people come and oh yeah, this guy's streaming some Minecraft. I'm gonna come in there and build some stuff, or fuck with some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit! So you don't get stuff like that in the UK much.
Yeah, it's rare, isn't it?
Yeah, that's some good American stuff there. Nice road.
We don't have a lot of major car accidents that are caught on camera.
God damn. And boom.
Donald Trump's presence before, and Kinzinger explained what he observed. Here, play this clip. I'm genuinely surprised how people close to Trump have been talking about the odor.
They have the big pileups in America, though. You don't see that really anywhere else other than America, I feel, like on the highways.
Yeah, they have massive highways over there, don't they? Super highways.
Oh.
I got you. Get out the car.
Okay.
No, not the.
Sure, damn.
Oof.
Sure.
Damn.
There was like 4 cars that he fucked up in one go.
Oh, he's trying to get away. He's not sticking around for that shit. Fuck that. He's out.
Fucking hell. I'm surprised his engine still worked after that.
Oh man. Have you seen you get these kids now that are like just trying to like do Grand Theft Auto on the freaking like they're
In
just,
real
like
life.
yeah, they're just like swerving in and out of the cars and stuff. Like they do it on bikes and stuff. They started doing it with cars now. It's crazy. Yep. And usually results in that shit. Damn. Oh. Oh no. He's spinning. No, 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 no.
Cool. Damn.
All right.
Damn, that was crazy.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to sneak away and.
No worries, Jim. Thanks for coming on, mate.
No problem. Have fun with your crazy cars, man.
Yeah, I'll
Bye.
catch you soon.
See you later, guys. Bye.
Take care, bud. Yeah, that was Grim Jim. Oh, hello, Dr. Ben. That was Grim Jim, a good friend of mine from Yorkshire. Yeah, some of them are pretty nasty. I'm going to be ending the show soon, ladies and gentlemen. It was just a little Johnny Talks Jive just to keep you entertained for a while and to use up my hours on StreamYard. I'm actually a little bit tired now. I've been doing a lot today. I released 2 videos. Chilling with Jim. Let's see. Hola. There was one of my videos I released was from my Scabcast the other night. Last night. And it was Strange Signal reviewing Isom. I thought it was quite funny. It was good. I liked it. Best review that I've seen of Isom, to be fair. And I mean that. It's the best review I've seen. Most insightful. And fun. A treat for all the family, I say. A treat for all the family.
Yeah, so I got this book called Isom. It's if you look, so you see Isom, right? So if you look, you can see the hero, right? If you want to call him that, is running from 3 people. And the funny thing is, if you look, you see these guys, they're chasing the hero. Now they're not really villains, but they're giving the hero a hard time. And this perspective is fucking stupid, right? Now, if you look, when you're in the middle of reading this book, right, there's an advertisement for a jewelry store that's not even related to the fucking story. It's just that Eric wanted for his wife to have a place in his life beyond the physical. Now, what's really nice about this advertisement is that I spit on the book, don't mind me. I don't know if you guys wanted this from, but this advertisement, what's nice about it is this advertisement cost Eric actual money, because I've heard from Ethan Van Sciver and others that if you put an advertisement in your book that has nothing to do with your company, right? If it's not an advertisement for anything that you're doing, that you actually can't involve it in media mail. So Eric lost hundreds of thousands of dollars on this book. Piece of shit. Sorry, I had to do that. My fucking my human sense of kindness is acting up. I'm supposed to be nice about this.
Go on, lad. Get it out. Go on.
See, shit. See, now he's angry. You see? Now he's fucking angry. So, sorry about that. No, this I paid $35 for this. I paid $35 for this, and Eric decided to devalue it.
Maybe you should do a smiller. Just do a smiller and set it on fire.
Well, no, see, I have to use this for a skit. When I do my Strange Signal season 1, I'm going to advertise it. I'm even going to rip out pages in the book. Like, see, look at this page. See, isn't this worth $35? You know? Uh-oh. I've damaged it. This is terrible. I thought my investment was worth money, guys. I thought my investment was worth money, guys. I thought ISA was worth money, guys. I spent $35 because I believed in Eric because Eric talks about how the big two, Marvel and DC, he said they're doing it wrong. So I said, okay, maybe because Eric talks kindly of ideas that customers, Eric has it in best interest that people are treated with respect, right? He said that. Meanwhile, even though Eric says to treat the customer with respect, he decides to devalue everything. And even though he's selling graded books, he says that this isn't like a collectible thing. He said it's not a collectible thing. So even though people spent like $100 for Shane Davis, he's got a foil cover, and you would think that if you spend $100, that it should retain its value, right? But instead, if you remember in the beginning, Eric said that this is for him to build generational wealth, right? Eric said, the generational wealth, guys, I have to think about my family, but everyone should gatekeep my company. Eric should gatekeep this company. They should have gatekeep my company, guys. My company, we can't get our principles. We gotta have people that pay for our bullshit. We gotta have people that pay for this, okay? They have to gatekeep our company. Our company here at the Riververse, our company needs other people to protect us. Our fans who pay us through the nose for this, our fans have to gatekeep our company because I'm such a strong person. I'm such a secure person. My feelings, my craft, my art, everyone has to protect me for me. Everyone has to protect me.
Very well said. Very well put. Oh, I was just about to end the show, but I've got Melody in the back room.
You were. I know you were about to end, but I just wanted to come up and say hello to you, man.
I haven't seen you in ages. I can't just end the show.
Even if it was for a couple minutes, just to say hello to you, brother. Honestly, I've been watching from afar. Honestly, I've been doing so much with my record and trying to maintain one. And plus, I'm part of this vinyl community. I've been doing going on shows and all kinds of stuff that's literally sucked up all my time. It's unbelievable, but I do catch a show when I can. I appreciate that. God bless everybody. I really, it's wonderful to leave an impact where people, think about you, and I miss the Comicsgate side of things. I really do. I'll try to watch little bits here and there, It's just that a lot of times I'm not even home, or I'm like in the studio, or I mean, like so much. Like just last week, we took down 5 trees in my yard. You know what I mean? Well, 2 weeks it took us to do, but like things have just been consuming my time. Like unbelievable. What's up, Adam, my brother? Always love the chat, man.
I kept getting Dennis Rodriguez asking, he's going, "Where's Apple?"
God bless you guys, man. And when the new music's coming out, I'm definitely going to be sharing with you. It's some of my best stuff, I think, and it's going to be maybe something that you might want to use for yourself there, Johnny.
Are you doing it with a band, or is it solo stuff?
It's both. I have some that I'm doing with a band, and some I'm doing by myself, and it's all different styles too. It's like it runs the gamut from really heavy, intense to like angelic sweetness. I don't know how to say it any other way, but it's fun when you're really passionate about it. It's very spiritual connected. I mean, the world is making me get even more grounded. If I lack of a better term,
I'm looking forward to hearing it.
Oh man, I can't wait to share. I'll send you a couple samples, Johnny, before anybody else will hear it. That way you can give me some feedback, because anybody could say their baby's the most beautiful until you put them into the pageant. And then the world will tell you if it's the most beautiful. So I can only think of what these songs mean to me. So it'd be nice to get some opinions outside of my circle,
Yeah, definitely.
That would be awesome.
You should get in touch with one of my other followers on here as well, Grey Cloudy Day. He's a drummer.
Oh, nice.
Probably do something together.
I'll collaborate with anybody. I mean to get with Patty too. Patty Q. He wants me to come on Confiscate Commandos sometime, and I've been telling him I would love to go on.
Yeah, you should. It's brilliant.
That would be fun.
You do very well on a show because
because he does like a lot of conspiracy stuff on like some certain days or whatever. He said that's the day I want to go on.
Yeah, you probably do well on You could probably get on BTM Reviews as well. They have a conspiracy night. Have you ever watched BTM
Oh yeah, right.
Reviews?
Every once in a while.
Yeah, they'll probably let you on. They're interesting. Good blokes on there.
And Katie's channel, I like watching her as well.
Yeah, Katie's brilliant.
Always got love for Katie. Absolutely.
Well, thank you.
Definitely, Johnny. I was just gonna say, how was your how was the living out there?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Doing all right.
That's good. Same here. We're all surviving.
We haven't been fully communist taken over yet. We're near it though.
I see drones over my house every night, though. I will say that. Being in New Jersey, we're getting them New Jersey drone stories are true. Honestly, major drones.
You want to start putting something in your attic, like to stop the signals. Get some like thick foil insulation or lead or something. Stop them heat.
I'm gonna paint my roof blue as well for the lasers that come down.
Yeah, definitely.
Johnny, so good seeing you, brother.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, mate. I'm gonna have to end the show now, but it's been amazing seeing you. And
I'll try to make it sooner or earlier next time so we can spend more time or whatever.
Yeah, no worries, brother. Well, you catch me on another show. I'm doing an interview this Sunday with Shane Davis. The
good for you. Good for you. You're raising up then, brother. That's good for you. I just watched his interview with Katie. Did an interview with him, so that's good. You guys all raising up. You all deserve it.
Thank you. Yeah, and thank you everyone in the chat tonight, and thank you for the super chats. And I will catch you soon, brother.
God bless, chat fam.
Johnny walks in with a strut so cracker, he's the man in demand. He's got rhythm and soul like the beach to the sand. Honking man tries, but he can't keep pace. Johnny's got moves that he can't replace. People all gather when Johnny's around, 'cause he's talking that jive with a heavenly sound. Johnny talks jive, he's a king on the street. When Johnny's in town, there's no chance of defeat. Jive talking cracker, he's the man in demand. He's got rhythm and soul like the beach to the sand. Harlem pimps run, but they know they can't hide. When Johnny starts jiving, it's a magical ride. He's got the flavor that you just can't deny. Johnny's talking jive.